Hi everybody, let's try this again. I moved locations. Apparently my internet is unstable. So I needed to change locations so I could be closer to my router. Always a fun time when we're going live, right? So I actually just think I need to move to a new location, and that new location have a video home, and then with a router with 2, 3, 4, 10 monitors, plenty of cameras, lights, microphones, then life would be perfect. So in the absence of that, what I do want to do a little bit about productivity. And what I want to talk about is why you need to take time off. But before we do that, first, that we have 2 new members in the Accelerate Your Success Facebook group. Okay, and the link on the screen is how you can get to that Facebook group. I like to call it my online classroom because it's pretty much where I post everything. The tools, the resources. I'm streaming live right now to that Facebook group, and I'm also streaming live to my business page. So what I like to do is tell everybody that if you want to learn from me, you want to find out more about me, you want to take advantage of some free tools and resources, it's Accelerate Your Success, and you can find it under groups on Facebook. You do have to answer 3 really simple questions, and the reason is we try to keep the integrity of the group. I don't want people spamming the group. I'm actually trying to be a help to marketing challenged entrepreneurs who see the need for more clients, but want simple and habit daily lives. I like to say I put the fun in marketing. So if you happen to like fun more than marketing, I'm the girl to follow. Okay? So 2 new members, Katya Horn and Vicki Newman. And then tomorrow, I'm probably not going to do it live, but who knows? Tomorrow on May 19th, I am going to tour of all the things that you can find in the Facebook group. Okay, so that way you'll have like a little walkabout, if you will, to where you can find the different things and what the guides mean. They used to be learning units, but Facebook has changed so many times. It's very difficult to keep track, but now they're called guides, and I'm going to point all those things out to you tomorrow. Oh, in addition to our new member, today is Tuesday. And Taco Tuesday has a couple of things going on. One, it's time so that you can get a passport and you can try out $2 tacos. You have to order a minimum of 3 at, I think it's 17 different restaurants. And then you get your passport stamp, opportunities for you to share your reviews and your testimonials, and whichever taco you think is the best. So if you happen to be near Cleveland, Ohio, and you happen to like tacos, as I do, now's the time to take advantage. Group means something completely different. And what it means is that that's the day that we ask our members to share tools and apps that create opportunities. So these are the resources, but that you are using outside to move your business forward. So whether it's software, whether it's an app, whether it's a really cool web, whether it's some sort of downloadable something or other about it, and you can post that anywhere that you see this little Mexican post on Tuesdays. Okay, and what we do is we take those resources that you've shared and we send those resources into a spreadsheet, and every 6 months we update the guide that's showed here on the screen. So we recently updated for April of 2021, and if you want to get access, you have to be a member of the group, go to the Files section, click Print, and you can print out the Taco Tuesday guide yourself. Let me show you what it looks like. I think it's 16, 17 fun pages, and it's organized by category so that you can find a resource that you need depending on whatever obstacle or problem is that you're facing. April 2021 was our update date, and it's there right now. So go get it. So let's go back to the topic of today's live. What are you going to do on your summer vacation? Let me tell you a little story. Last week, I went to a place in Ohio that I had never been to before. It was a lovely lake, pretty big, like Erie, not as big as that. Tons of boats, tons of campers, tons of little cabins, and I rented an Airbnb. And my family came over from New Jersey, and we basically hung out for 2 whole days. I was there, luckily, for 3 whole days. And we had an opportunity to spend some family time together. Now, this is not something that I normally would have done. Was actually working at a Savage race in Ohio. And this was our opportunity to bring the family together at some place near her workplace, which is very rare, and be able to actually watch her working. So we got a chance to actually glimpse what somebody does when they work on the team for a giant obstacle race. But the reason that I want to talk about summer vacations is I'm curious as to where you're going. I'm always curious about what people are doing for fun, because personally, I think that's the best part about life, right? Fun, having fun. But I want you to really encourage to take some planned days off. If you can take a week, awesome. If you can take 2 weeks, even what happens when you take time off is you have an opportunity to take a chance to rest and rejuvenate and recharge. It gives you whatever energy that over the course of the winter or the COVID pandemic, or maybe just the last 2 years, it will give you to sort of come back to your center, find your happy place, and meet whatever challenges and obstacles you're going to future with a whole new outlook. So from a mindset perspective, taking time off is crucially important. You don't necessarily have to go anywhere. You don't have to rent an Airbnb, but you do have to designate the time off. And the reason that you need to enjoy other activities. It's not just about work, right? Nobody on their deathbed says, oh gosh, I wish I had worked more. No, they all say that they wish they had traveled more, spent more time with family, done more fun things, crossed those things off their bucket list. So you want to be able to enjoy those other activities. And in order to do that, you need to leave work in a workplace that you can't be free to take advantage. Obviously, a big source of happiness and joy is being with family and friends. And now that the world is opening back up, at least for those people who have already been vaccinated, you have the chance to travel and to go visit with family and friends that you haven't seen in a year or more. So that's one of the reasons to take time off. Nobody wants to watch, and you don't want they're working. So figure out a time that you and your compadres can take some time off together and go do it. The world is opening up, so don't forget to smell the roses. Get outdoors, take advantage of the vacation-like atmosphere that summer brings to us. If you're in a climate that's warm all year round, God bless you. And it just recently started to go above 50 degrees on a regular basis where I live. And I got to tell you, it gives me a whole new outlook on life. And last but not least, the most important reason why you want to take time off is you became an entrepreneur in order to be able to have some freedom. That freedom includes not working for the big man, not having oversight by bosses that you don't like or don't respect you, not feeling like a cog in a big giant wheel. You wanted to have freedom and control over your day, what you do and who you do it for. So what I encourage you to do is take advantage of those freedom to take advantage of downtime. Get out, have some fun, enjoy nature, do something that you've never done before, because after all, one of the things that we've learned this year is now's the time. There'll never be a better time for taking advantage of some of the things on your bucket list as right now, this year. So let me share my list of helpful tips regarding self-care for business owners. Okay, these are just little helpful hints that I want you to incorporate into your daily lives. First and foremost, you want to end your workday at a set time every day. If at all possible, you should be establishing that so that you have time to relax before starting another workday. That relaxation is really important. You need to get your head out of the game so that you can fully focus when your head is in the game. Shut off your email notifications even during your workday and only check email at set times, because that will allow you to be in your own schedule and not under the influence of everybody that's emailing you, bing, 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 from all different sides. I actually sent an email to somebody yesterday and got back an auto response that he was only checking email 2 times a day. And he gave me what those times were, which I thought was very conscientious because it gave me the impression of when he would be able to get back to me. Okay. And doing that is trying to like reduce the dependence on his inbox. I applaud him. Thirdly, you want to take days off. And I'm not just talking about reducing your work time for an hour or 2 on a sunny afternoon. I'm talking about real days off where you become unplugged, you don't look at work, you don't do little tiny tasks, and you don't take your family or friends. All right? The real days off should be days off, not just days that you say that you're not going to work a lot. Okay? There's a really big difference, especially to your mindset. You want to schedule tasks based on how mentally taxing they are. So if you know today that you woke up or you didn't get enough sleep last night because you were binge watching your favorite show, today's the day that you might want to do some of the less taxing mental stuff. Okay? So you're going to take advantage of your own energy levels and schedule the things that demand a great deal of mental energy for a time when you are feeling most productive. You to sort of spread those tasks out and put some easy stuff in between so that you don't end your day utterly exhausted. Because personally, if you end the day utterly exhausted, I find more difficult to get out of bed with a happy attitude the next day. Fifth, create triggers to let your brain know relax time. Setting up your environment. It could mean getting dressed. It could mean combing your hair. For me, it's putting on makeup and jewelry. That tells me that I'm working. Sweatpants, tank tops, fuzzy cabin socks, that tells me that I'm relaxing. Okay. Now, I'm not saying you can't blur the lines in between, and certainly in the but I find it's important to get my head into the right space by combing my hair, putting the makeup on, wearing something, and then I actually feel like I'm at work as opposed to at home. Some people might have the reverse. So instead of getting ready for work, they're actually getting ready for relaxation time by setting out, by reducing the lighting, by changing their location to someplace that's more relaxing, opening the windows, getting on the phone for a non-business related conversation. I encourage you to do whatever it takes so that you can clearly define, especially now when everybody's working remotely, clearly define the difference between your work day and your after. And last but not least, I encourage you to eat meals without having your laptop in front of you. And I will say I am the worst offender at this one. I am right here usually for breakfast and lunch. But now I'm taking care of a dog. So now I have to actually schedule walks for the dog. And that gets me up from this desk and from behind so that I can enjoy what's going on outside and enjoy the dog. I mean, after all, that's why she's here, right? The most important thing of the whole discussion, that if you had employees and you had an employee that was struggling with some mental health issues, anxiety, overstressed, burnout, appetite, lack of sleep, problems at home, I don't know what those problems could be, but I'm sure that if you had an employee that was suffering, you would do what is necessary to help them get through the tough time. So what that means is asking them what they need and enabling them to get it so that they can get time outdoors, longer lunch breaks, encourage better sleep patterns. All I'm asking is for you to consider yourself as the most valuable employee in your business and do whatever it takes to help you get through whatever mental health and stressful problem. You got this. Just reach out to yourself and provide yourself with some self-care. I hope that you enjoy the fun summer days to come. I am really anxious to learn what you're doing on your summer vacation, or maybe just what you're doing this weekend. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next week.